Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michelle, and I am going to be reading from Jim Stevens' book, 101 Proofs for God. Now, yesterday I read chapter 12 called Chimpanzees. I must say I'm very sorry because I got some of the numbers wrong, so I apologize for that. So I will do better in the future. Okay. Today we're going to read chapter 13. It's called The Infinite Monkey Theorem. Since my last post talked about man descending from apes, I'd like to now take a diversion to put to rest the infinite monkey theorem once and for all. You may have heard about this one. It sort of plays tricks on your mind using the concept of infinity. Infinity doesn't really exist in any practical scientific sense. But if you accept infinity in an argument, then you can end up also accepting that given infinity, anything can happen. An absurd idea. Most anyone could immediately think of tens or hundreds of things that could never happen, even with an infinite amount of time. The moon will never turn to green cheese, for example. But if you foolishly take the leap of faith from given infinity, anything can happen, over to the even more absurd premise that it did happen, you may just be making a leap of faith so great that you are being downright foolish. Here is the description of the infinite monkey theorem from Wikipedia. The infinite monkey theorem states that a monkey hitting keys at random on a typewriter keyboard for an infinite amount of time will almost surely type a given text, such as the complete works of William Shakespeare. In this context, almost surely is a mathematical term with a precise meaning, and the monkey is not an actual monkey, but a metaphor for an abstract device that produces a random sequence of letters and symbols ad infinitum. The relevance of the theory is questionable. The probability of a monkey exactly typing a complete work such as Shakespeare's Hamlet is so tiny that the chance of it occurring during a period of time, even 100,000 orders of magnitude longer than the age of the universe, is extremely low. Not zero, but extremely low. Note, it says, but not zero. That is, of course, a mathematical concept unrelated to any reality we could ever experience. Their emphasis should be placed more on extremely low probability, even given 100s of thousands of times the age of the universe. So basically, just to summarize here really quickly, what Jim is saying, for a monkey just to type out, or even any machine to type out, for example, a complete work of Shakespeare's Hamlet, the chance of this happening by random is extremely low, even given 100s of thousands of time. 100s of thousands of times the age of the universe. Here is another mathematical calculation that scientists have created, which has no real world application. Now, these are mathematical calculations. Taking one monkey for every particle in the universe, and each one typing from the Big Bang, beginning of time, until the universe dies out, excuse me, would not be enough time to type out even one book. Not even close. You'd have to allow that amount of time more than 10,360,000 times. So let's get real. Here we have a mythical example where they plug in some specific numbers that are incredibly gigantic. The number or particles in the whole universe, trillions times the age of the universe. Even with all of that, the odds are nearly zero. Do you still think anything could happen? Also, remember, we are definitely not talking about a short book that needs to be reproduced in order for the theory of evolution to be true. We're talking about reproducing DNA. The DNA of a human contains 3 billion characters, and they are not random, but exactly in the right order. The theory of evolution must also explain all the other millions of species that exist, which also have orderly DNA. Randomness cannot produce all the correctly ordered DNA sequences of millions of species in this world. So there has to be God. By the way, somebody did test real monkeys. Just for your curiosity, there were some professors and students who tried an experiment with real monkeys in England. They never got even one single recognizable word after a whole month. Not even one recognizable word. After punching basically one key many times, the monkeys began hitting the keyboard with a rock. Then they urinated and defecated on it. My goodness. Even intelligent computer programmers can't get close to creating words randomly. Funny how they don't seem to notice their own intelligence as part of the creation process of their experiments. Why do they always have to use monkeys? Lots of people never give up their faith very easily. So computer programmers devised random programs to try to get a meaningful sequence. Note again, the time span their programs require is billions of times the age of the universe just to get a very short sequence located somewhere inside a whole book. To produce any exact book would be huge orders of magnitude harder because they can barely get a few letters in a row. Computer programmers are intelligent beings trying on purpose to do it, and they can't do it. Now, these are computer programs who are trying to do it, even. And they want us to believe that it could just happen with monkeys. Okay. Dan Oliver of Arizona in 2004 had a random program that took 42,162,100. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, Dan Oliver of Arizona in 2004 had a random program that took 42,162,500,000 billion monkey years to get just this phrase, Valentine. Okay? That's only 19 characters in a row correctly. Again, I repeat, there must be God. So I thank you so much, Jim. Yes, it's getting tougher and tougher as we move through your book um, to believe in a Big Bang idea. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jim. Yes, for these amazing stories. I hope everyone has a really nice day, a really nice Easter, and I will see you tomorrow. Before we go, I'm going to be reading chapter 14. It's called Empty Space. Okay, bye.